I didn't mean to overhear it. I was just grabbing a glass of water when her laughter floated in from the living room. That carefree, teasing tone that once melted me, but now cut straight through. "He never surprises me," she said, laughing. 6 simple words. 6 words that hit like a punch to the chest. Her friend Tara giggled. "Never? Not even on your birthday?" "Nope," Emma replied, her voice light, but tinged with something else. Disappointment. Mark's predictable. Same dinners, same routines. He's sweet, but... She didn't finish the sentence. She didn't have to. Sweet, but boring. That's what she meant. Their laughter carried on. But for me, the room had gone silent. I stood behind the wall, frozen, fingers tight around the glass. Every word chipped away at something I thought was still holding us together. When her friends finally left, Emma came into the kitchen humming, scrolling through her phone, completely unaware. She didn't notice the untouched water on the counter, or the way I was looking at her like she was a stranger wearing my wife's face. "Hey," she said absently. "You okay?" I forced a smile. "Yeah, just tired." She kissed my cheek, soft and thoughtless, then went upstairs. And right there, something inside me broke. A thread I didn't even know I'd been holding on to that night. I lay awake beside her, staring at the ceiling while her breathing steadied in the dark. I thought about the years I'd spent being dependable, steady, safe, the kind of man she could always count on. But somewhere along the way, steady had become boring. Reliable had turned into predictable. And that realization twisted in my gut. At 2 a.m., her phone buzzed on the nightstand. Normally, I wouldn't even look. But something, instinct, maybe fear, made me glance at the screen. Can't stop thinking about tonight winking face. My heart stopped. The screen went black, leaving me alone in the dark with the sound of my own heartbeat. I turned toward her sleeping face. Peaceful, innocent, or pretending to be. By morning, I was watching her differently. The secret smiles at her phone, the way she sat face down whenever I came near, the sudden yoga classes that left her glowing when she came home. That evening, she said she was heading to yoga again. I checked the closet after she left. Her mat was still there. I followed her. Shame burned in my chest, but so did something colder, truth. Her car stopped outside a small bar downtown. Through the window, I saw her, my wife, sitting across from a man I didn't recognize. She leaned in close, laughing, her hand on his arm, the way she looked at him. I hadn't seen her smile like that in months. I didn't confront her that night. I just sat there in the car, gripping the steering wheel until my knuckles went white, watching the life I thought I knew crumble in front of me. When she came home, she acted like nothing happened. She kissed me goodnight, whispered, "Love you," and rolled over. I stared at the back of her head and whispered, "Yeah, I bet you do." But I didn't sleep. I planned. Not revenge, not yet. Just truth. Something undeniable. If she wanted surprises, I'd give her one. 2 nights later, she said she had dinner with Tara. I smiled. Sounds fun. When she left, I called Tara. "Dinner?" she repeated. "No," she said she was with you tonight. And there it was. The last piece. That night, I didn't follow her. I stayed home and set the stage. Candles. Her favorite wine. Soft music. I wanted everything perfect. The kind of romantic surprise a boring husband would plan. Then I placed my phone in the corner, recording. Not for drama. For truth. When I heard her car pull in, my pulse raced. She stepped inside, surprised. "Mark, what's all this?" I smiled softly. Just a little surprise. For a moment, something flickered in her eyes. Guilt? Maybe. You didn't have to. "I know," I said, "but you said I never surprise you. Thought I'd change that." She hesitated, then smiled weakly. We sat down, ate, talked about nothing. She kept checking her phone when she thought I wasn't looking. Then I asked quietly, "So, how was yoga?" She froze. The color drained from her face. "It was good," she said too quickly. "Was it?" I leaned in. Or did it end early because he showed up? Her hand trembled, glass clinking. "Mark, what are you talking about?" I stood, opened the drawer, and pulled out the photo, the one I'd taken from the car. Her and that man, laughing. Clothes. You followed me, she gasped. I watched you, I said evenly, because I couldn't believe it until I saw it. You said I never surprise you, Emma. Well, surprise. Her eyes filled with tears. Mark, it's not what it looks like. Then explain it. I said flatly. She didn't. She couldn't. I picked up my phone from the table, stopped the recording, and slipped it into my pocket. I'm not angry, I said quietly, though my voice cracked. Just done. Please, she whispered. It was stupid. I didn't mean... You had every chance, I interrupted. Every day. You could have told me what you needed, but you didn't want honesty. You wanted excitement, and you found it, just not with me. Her tears fell freely now. Don't do this. I gave her a sad smile. You want a surprise, right? Here's one more. I pulled out an envelope and placed it on the table. What's this? She asked, voice trembling. Papers, I said. Divorce. Already signed. She stared, stunned. You planned this? Planned. I shook my head. No, you did. The moment you walked out that door the first time. I put on my coat and headed for the door. You said I never surprised you, Emma. Guess I finally did. I left her there, with the candles still burning, the dinner gone cold, and the silence that said everything I couldn't. The next morning, I drove to the lake, our old spot where love once felt easy. I sat there, watching the water ripple under a gray sky, feeling a strange calm settle in. My phone buzzed, messages from her. Apologies, please. Fragments of regret. I didn't open them. Some surprises, I realized, aren't meant to be pleasant. They're meant to wake you up. She wanted excitement. I wanted peace. And for the first time in a long time, I finally had it.